Okay, we're live.
All right. Nice.
Nils,
All right.
it's nice to get you in person, in camera. We're in Birmingham. But hey, you mentioned this time you're coming from Zurich.
Yes.
Because you were speaking there, different topic than you presented today.
Yeah.
Want to share with us a little bit? How's this journey?
Yeah, therefore, I engaged in this whole conference game only since a year or something, that I sort of built my reputation on LinkedIn. That's also when you get invited to conferences. This week was particularly full, right? First this XP conference in Zurich, which was rather in an agile context, where I talked about experimentation metrics. So basically how teams could use specific metrics to measure how successful they are with their experimentation program. And today at the Experimentation Elite here in Birmingham, it was rather about how you can use AI in the process, right? So I would say both of it kind of process and success oriented for specific product teams that work in experimentation.
How are you enjoying this stage circuit? It feels like you get a lot of energy from it.
Totally. I absolutely get a lot of energy from it, and I think I also improve, right? I think with everything, it's about practicing things, doing things more, exactly.
Getting the reps.
Getting out of the comfort zone, even though it feels, not good in the beginning. And I think I'm in a stage where I see the first patterns that you can use to better work with the crowd, to design the slides in a better way. So I really appreciate it. It's a very nice community that we have here, very engaged.
It's a great community. You're doing a great job. Keep it up with this LinkedIn reputation, as you mentioned. Look, I feel like something that's nice that we both have in common is this background in experimentation, but coming from a product perspective.
Yeah.
So recently I was in Qatar, put this video reaction to your product principles. You started as experimentation principles, but I had this idea on my mind for so long. I was like, you know what? Nils triggered me to push my philosophy on product principles.
Yeah.
So shared a couple of things on, as you mentioned, getting reps better every day. Big principle for my team.
Yeah.
Simple is kind. Think big, ship small. My favorite is the juice worth the squeeze for all things prioritization. How is this thing, principles? Where did this come from? Is it something that you talk with your teams?
Yeah.
How does that work?
When I onboarded the first sort of people in my team as well, then I also thought I want to make them comfortable, to make them understand how I think and how I feel about certain things. I would say, for example, that I appreciate velocity a lot, in a lot of things, right? And this is also how I can express this in various aspects. So for example, I say show, don't tell is, for example, one principle that I appreciate a lot. Don't pitch me an idea, but rather show me how this would look like. That, but also things that you mentioned, right? Think in smaller steps, show this in a more accurate way, how you would actually design it. It creates a culture that is just, ultimately more aligned with how you actually want your product organization to work. Yeah.
Principles. I believe I preach this to my team.
Yeah.
I'm going to shift this to things that AI changed in the product discipline. So Reforge put a very nice write-up pushing their perspective on what really changes in the discipline of product. I'm putting my own perspective on an evergreen. I would love to capture some of your thoughts, what is really changing in the discipline?
I think what we need to pay a lot more attention to is the way that we structure or how we look at the visualization of all the things that we're doing, right? 10 years ago, product management was a lot about, capturing all the requests from customer, putting it together and writing them down. Super easy nowadays, right? Super fast. What is rather important is to make this very digestible, make this very easy to understand for all these stakeholders. This is a thing that many people underestimate, that the visualization and how you structure your thoughts in documents, in presentation, but also of course in your speech, that this becomes more and more important with AI, where content is a resource that is basically infinite,
I love what you're saying. It reminds me this idea of selling the knowledge is important, but selling the path is what really gets people moving in the direction that you would like, right? As you're suggesting, I think AI helps a lot with generating ways to sell the knowledge, but also helps you visualize the path much easier for teams. I'm gonna go for rapid fire right now. News. Any book that you're reading recently that is changing perspective? A book that you've been recommending to people? What you got?
So what I always recommend, because I think in the recent years it's one of the best one, is from Amy Edmondson. She's the inventor of this idea of psychological safety. And her most recent book is called The Right Kind of Wrong.
The Right Kind of Wrong.
Yes. And it's about failure culture, right? She differentiates between different kinds of failures. So simple failure, complex failures, and intelligent failures. We want to avoid simple failures. There are simple ways to do this. Complex failures are super hard, but they happen. And intelligent failures is what we want with experimentation. And I think this concept is awesome, and we should apply this more. And when you get asked in an interview, for example, this is for many product managers that get asked this question, tell me about a time you failed. You should ask, what kind of failure are you interested in? An intelligent one, a complex one, or a simple one?
Adding depth to the concept of failure. Very nice twist to the hiring question as well. I really like that. Okay, Nils, a quote that you bring to your heart, you bring with yourself, some sort of affirmation. What's your favorite quote?
Yeah. So, okay, this is a bold one. Sometimes wrong, never in doubt. Is something that I really like and appreciate. I heard recently in a talk actually that someone is like challenging this a lot, but I think I stand by it because I believe that, you know, the pace that you make decisions as a leader is also very much correlated or plays a huge role in how successful you will be ultimately. So you should really make sure that you make these decisions confidently, even if they're wrong.
Sometimes wrong,
never
in doubt.
No.
Reminds me another mentor that says that speed is my favorite feature. I believe in speed.
Yeah.
Nils, this is fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll
I really
catch
appreciate
next time
it.
on camera.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really nice. Thanks a lot.